So let's talk about single player and what should you do on day one of Diamond Dynasty, especially if you are a new player, to build the best team possible, no money spent. Now, we just saw the stream and everything is amazing. So make sure to hit that red subscribe button here, turn on that notification bell, hit that like button, follow me on all my socials, click on the channel, become a member if you wish to, community tab, interact with me there, and then more Bhlademyst, subscribe to my other channels. Now, single player modes, you're going to have play versus CPU, not really too important to be honest with you all. Extra innings, not really too important. So we didn't tackle either of them. The only two we tackled in here is Showdown and Conquest. And Conquest is the one where you're going to want to go, especially if you want to make the best no money spent team off rip. So Showdown, I already did a bit of an explanation here. You draft a team with hitters, perks, pitchers, etc. and then you do certain missions. The blue missions you can fail, but the red missions, if you fail, you restart and go back to the beginning. As you can see, the starter showdown is going to be giving you a rookie 80 overall Shane Bieber, and the starter showdown is probably the easiest one to knock out of any showdown available. So you might want to go ahead, knock that one out instantly, get yourself an 80 overall Shane Bieber to start the game off with. And then the national map, this is the most important conquest map in my opinion for anyone to do. So what is the first thing you should do? National conquest map, which I will be putting out a guide to. So you might want to hold off until I put out the guide before you jump into it, or you might want to go ahead and do some showdowns to just warm up your sticks and get used to drafting players, hitting with players, doing certain missions and performing under pressure, and also do moments as well. But this is why the national map is the most important one. First of all, you get an 89 overall Albert Pujols. We don't get to see his attributes, unfortunately, but as we progress, we see that for capturing all the strongholds of a certain division, you get yourself a prospect pack. Now, each one of these prospect pack will contain gold players. Gold players like who, you might be asking? Well, gold players like Jonathan India from the Cincinnati Reds, a third baseman, 83 overall. That means he's only 2 overalls away from being a diamond. Him starting the game off with is amazing. That means you can most likely start a team full of gold players. Next up, collect the NL West. Available in there is going to be someone like Geraldo Perdomo, shortstop from the Diamondbacks. Amazing defense, contact hitting shortstop, not a lot of pop, but he has speed. Amazing guy to start off a team with as well, especially being a switch hitter. Don't want a hitter, want a starting pitcher? You can't see the velocities, or maybe you can because I'm not blocking it anymore, but you get yourself Ryan Weathers from the San Diego Padres. Now keep in mind, these are not the options available in one pack. This is just them outlining a certain player from each division. So each division is going to have 5 players. The NL West is going to have Ryan Weathers and 4 other players. It's not going to be Geraldo Perdomo and then India. It's going to be Ryan Weathers and 4 other players from the NL West from each of the remaining 4 teams from each division. So you could get yourself Ryan Weathers, lefty with a fastball, curveball, changeup, slider, and then a 2-seamer. If he would have had a sinker, it would have been GG's. But unfortunately, he doesn't. But he's a good enough guy to start on your team as a starter, no money spent team. Now, we continue. You get Duran, that's AL East. Center fielder, Boston Red Sox, has a little bit of pop against right-handers, but the speed is what's there. His defense leaves a bit to be desired in terms of reaction, but he has silver fielding. He's like Kenny Lofton, basically. Another guy you can easily start the team with, no money spent. And then we're going to go real quick into moments as well. Moments, they're going to come out with tops now instantly. So, if you're waiting for me to put out the conquest maps, to put out the guides for conquest maps, I suggest you hop in and do all the moments available, because that, to me, personally, is the first thing out of anything you do in MLB The Show. Moments are the first thing you want to go ahead and tackle. Why? Because it puts you in pressure situations where you have to perform, and once you perform, you advance to the next moment, and it allows you to get accustomed to either pitching, hitting, performing under pressure situations, and once you go ahead and complete moments, you will be getting Tops Now choice packs that will have gold players and silver players that will allow you to begin assembling a team of gold and silver players. Therefore, when you hop into Conquest, you're not going in there with a team full of bronze players and maybe a couple of silvers. Instead, you'll have a solidified roster. So you want to go into moments, complete all the moments available first, It's going to be a lot of grinding against CPU, but MLB The Show, unlike 2K, unlike Madden, unlike FIFA, is literally free to play in terms of grind to play. So you have to grind if you want to have the best team available. Yeah, you can go ahead and buy players, but if you want to go ahead and have the best team available, you can grind, and the grind doesn't even take too long. I promise you all that. So moments frozen in time, that's the first thing you want to go ahead and tackle. Now let's talk about the team affinity programs, because after you do moments, after you do the showdown, starter showdown, if I still haven't put out the conquest map, which I doubt, I still wouldn't have put it out, but it's possible, then you want to go ahead and focus on doing the team affinity program. Now the team affinity program, last year we had it by division in terms of each and every single team. So each and every single team of ours had specific points for you to get in terms of getting that team affinity reward. Instead, this year what they did is they made a reward path where you get all the teams in one division, and then you level up through team affinity points in that division, and you will see the missions necessary to go ahead and earn points on the bottom left. So just like you had starter moments, you're gonna have team affinity moments, and those team affinity moments are gonna give you points to go ahead and level up throughout there and be able to unlock the choice pack that gives you 1 out of the 5. You're also gonna have missions to do. Some of these missions might be online, some of these missions might be offline, and like I said previously, you want to get a spreadsheet, notepad, notebook, whatever it is, write down AL East, and then do the same layout I made on a previous video where you put the player, team, position, meaning does it only require AL East players, what position players, the stat, if it's offline, online, and if there's a certain required amount of games to get them in, you put that as well. So you're going to tackle all of that in team affinity, and the choice packs, they come in bundles. So each team affinity program, the AL East, AL West, AL Central, each and every single one, same thing with the National League, in total, they're going to have 5 of these diamond choice packs. So you have the opportunity to get all 5 of the diamonds. So you have to prioritize which ones you want first. And what I would do is I would look once again at each team's team affinity or each division's team affinity, and then pick out the best one overall. So in my opinion, the #1 team affinity to go after is the Texas Rangers Joey Gallo. So you might want to go ahead and tackle the AL West instantly and get yourself the first choice pack, get yourself a Joey Gallo, and then go ahead and tackle team affinity #2, which is going to be up to you what you believe is the best. But once again, if you were to ask me, I'd say the NL Central, Ketel Marte, switch hitting second baseman. That's just my opinion. I'm probably going to have a rankings once I get to see all of their attributes, so stay tuned for that as well. But as you can see, 23, that's going to give you 1, and then level 27, that's going to give you another 1. So they're going to have 5 in total, so you won't ever have to worry about, hey, am I going to go and get each and every single one of these? Yes. Just go ahead and do the missions, go ahead and do the moments. If you're playing with players from that division, you most likely will even get it done faster. So if you go into Conquest with a team full of AL East players, you're most likely going to get this done faster. Now, the coolest thing about MLB The Show this year, let's go ahead and fast forward one more time before we even jump into that. This is the choice pack. You're going to select one. You're going to have 5 of these choices, so you have each and every single one obtained by the time you finish the program, so you don't have to stress it at all. You can just go ahead and do it all on one path. The coolest thing about it is you're going to be getting unlockables from each and every single team within that division. You're going to be selecting 1 out of 5, but like I said previously, at the end of the program you will have obtained all 5 because you will be getting 5 of those gold choice packs. But that's not what I'm talking about, the best edition they made. So you might have remembered in one of the videos that I said the first things to do in MLB The Show, I said to make your uniforms as probably one of the last things, but one of the important things to do. Well, MLB The Show 21 has changed the game we play forever. Now we can go ahead and put on MLB uniforms. We weren't able to do that previously. We had to go ahead and customize them and edit them ourselves. Now, doing team affinities and even playing throughout the game, you're going to get rewards such as a team's home uniform, away uniform, batting practice uniform, uniforms that are throwbacks, etc., alternates, all of that. You're gonna have that available in choice packs. This is one of the examples from the AL East. Now, if I had to pick one, the sexiest looking one here is definitely the Blue Jays one, and then the Tampa Bay one, if I had to pick two. You feel me? And then Boston's looks nice, so I'd probably pick them three. Even though I'm from New York, we go to the Bronx, but I don't really like that 1913, old uniform. But that's how I'm feeling. You feel me? That's how I would pick them. And then my entire team would be rocking Toronto Blue Jays jerseys and a cap. And this is just an example of how you can go into the screen and equip certain home, certain road. So you can equip a home uniform, road uniform, and you're going to be popping. You can even equip freaking BP uniforms to wear on the home or at home or on the road. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And if you were wondering, do they have minor league uniforms as well? Yes, they have minor league uniforms as well. So you can run in there being the jumbo shrimps. You can run in there being whatever you want. To me, this is probably one of the best additions because I don't have to spend any more time looking at ugly uniforms that my opponent creates, or spend any more time making my own uniforms that look probably just as hideous as my opponents. To me, that was such a big W for MLB The Show. But the biggest W is going to come in the next video when we talk about everything they did for online gaming or multiplayer gaming. So if you want to watch that, as I've said previously, hit that red subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, follow me on all my socials, click on the channel, community tab, more Bhlademyst, subscribe to those channels. If you want to become a member, press join and become a member. And besides that, not much more for me to say. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.